It's like MLR-PA. So the draft becomes a thing, right? MLR comes out with this collegiate draft where if you've seen it online the last few days, there's speculation about what it really is and the legality of it and the issues that could come with it. How does one player go from, one team, in college to across the country, somewhere he's unfamiliar with, all those arguments. Luckily, the league voted board of governors at the end of the cancellation of the season, coronavirus, to pay out all the player contracts. But that very easily could have not happened. My question here is, does the MLR need a player union now more than
ever? 100%. 100%. So I've been in a fortunate enough position over the last couple of years to be one of the player reps for the USRPA, United States Rugby Players Association, for the men's 15s. I'm no longer in that position because I've fulfilled my 2 years. But this is something that it has been in the pipeline, has been working on for the national teams for the last 2 or 3 years. And we've seen the great benefits from it. So what the guys have voted on now is that there's going to be a separate branch of the USRPA, which will focus solely on MLR. So it will all sit under that umbrella of USRPA, but there will be a separate part for MLR. And then you'll have the 4 US national teams, so men's, women's, 15s and 7s as a separate branch. I believe the latest is that USRPA has reached out to the MLR head office in order for them to ask them to recognise us as the bargaining agent for the players. I'm not sure how those talks have gone, whether they're going to voluntarily recognise or we'll have to go down a more legal path. At the end of the day, the players need a seat at the table with the ownership group, whatever means that is, because it can't just be a one-way street where the owners and the league, the commission, they get 100% of the say. All the guys are very, 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 very thankful and grateful that salaries were paid out for this year and that we were looked after, but it could have gone a different way. So in the future, like you said, now more than ever. In terms of the draft, again, that would all come part of it as well, So it's easy in the NFL when Joe Burrow signs a $32 million contract and is told he's got to go live in Cincinnati. That's pretty different to Joe Bloggs from Cal getting picked up by Atlanta and they say, you're getting 12.5 grand. And if you don't choose to sign that contract, then you have to sit out for a year. It just can't happen that way. So again, now more than ever, we definitely do need to have recognition from MLR of the USRPA. And I'm really hopeful. Everything I've seen from the commissioner interaction, everything I've seen is that he will be willing to work with the players and work with Michael Young at USRPA. So fingers crossed that we can get that sorted.
So what would it take like a player vote and then, participation pretty much from, each team having a rep? Is that kind of what I'm getting? And then a president, would that be voted on? Is that kind of how it works in your past, the USA?
Yeah. So we've already done that. We've reached out to every single team with an unofficial sort of player rep at the moment, just to sort of have a chat. So any issues, whatever, can be voiced. All players were asked to say whether yes or no they would like the USRPA to act on behalf of them as the bargaining agent for the players. I'm not entirely sure what the percentage required for the Labour Board to agree, but we were well above that, and we were at such a strong position that we felt we could go to the MLR and say, look, we have X percentage of players wanting to sign up that want to be the bargaining agent. Will you voluntarily recognise us? Now that MLR have a choice, they can voluntarily recognise, or they can say, no, you need to go through the Labour Board procedures. So that's where we're at.